Hey guys, George here from Pack Instinct, and in today's video I just want to give you guys 5 ways that you can use a leash to train your dog. If you like this video, give it a like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please consider subscribing because it massively helps me out. And let's get into the video. So the first way, I think is relatively straightforward and we all know this. Use a leash to take your dog out on a walk, okay? So you're using the leash to take your dog out on the walk, and it's a communication tool, so you're also training your dog when you're on the walk. I just want to say on top of that, if your dog's not ready to be off leash because they run after dogs, they run up to people and stuff, don't take them off the leash yet. Keep training them. Don't be one of these people who just lets their dog run up to anybody and then makes up excuses for their dog, because it's not right, guys, and it's not fair on other people's dogs, okay? So I just wanted to say that. Use the leash for the walk. Way number 1. You can use a leash to take back control inside the house. So if you've got an unruly dog, if you've got an overexcited dog, if you've got a dog that doesn't quite know the rules yet about the couch or counter surfing, which is where dogs jump up onto surface to try and take things like food, if you've got a dog that does any of those things, what you want to do is you want to use a leash on that dog so it's easy for you to communicate the message to them, which is get off the couch when we tell you to get off the couch. Get off the surfaces when we tell you to get off the surfaces. The leash will make that easy for you to do. What I run into quite a lot are people that have been too confrontational to the dog in these situations, like getting the dog off the couch, and they'll go in and they'll try and grab the dog, and the dog might show their teeth or something or have a bit of a growl, and suddenly people get scared and they move away, so the dog is being empowered at that point. I like to use a leash on a dog like that because at distance, I can come over, I can pick up the leash, I can give the command, which is off, and I can give a little bit of leash pressure, a bit of guidance, and get the dog off. It's a fantastic way to start to get through to your dog inside the house and start to teach them these rules. So I think it goes without saying, guys, that you should never have a leash on your dog if you're not there to supervise them. Remember, it's a training tool and it should only be used whenever you're there to supervise. That being said, this next bit we're going to get into means you are going to be leaving your dog for a little bit. So what you can do is you can use the leash to start to practice distance train. Like, for example, if you've got a young puppy or a young dog and he follows you around the house, well, you can start to practice going to the kitchen and having your dog on their place, on their bed, on a tie back, meaning their leash is on, and you just tie them back loosely to like a banister or something. You're going to tell them to stay or place or down or whatever it is that you tell your dog. Go to the kitchen for a few minutes and then come back, okay? So it will stop your dog from following you around the house all the time, which will reduce separation anxiety, guys, okay? So it's a great tool to use inside the house if you've got a dog who does have separation anxiety. Again, don't leave them too long. Always keep an ear out, always listen out for what's going on. And if you can't leave your dog with separation anxiety alone at home without them destroying the house, they really need to be crate trained. Okay, guys, so you should crate train your dog and you should go in the crate if you can't supervise. If you're super busy with something else, put your dog in the crate. You can use a leash to teach boundaries, and boundaries are a super important thing to teach your dog. Now, what we were talking about before, they are boundaries. You know, don't jump up on the surfaces, don't jump up on the couch when we don't invite you up on the couch. Those are boundaries, but you can also use it for what we call as trainers' thresholds, which basically means doorways, any kind of doorway, anywhere where you're going from one environment into another environment, okay? So using the leash, you can teach your dog not to go through the doorways before you go through them, which is a great thing to teach your dog. You can also start to teach them not to go out just because the door is open. Use the leash to correct or guide your dog away from the door if they start to wander off that way, okay? But don't obviously do that in a dangerous situation. Make sure it's completely safe to do that. You can use a leash to correct unwanted behavior. Now, you should always consult a professional if you want to stop an unwanted behavior, and you should find out from a professional how to do that properly. But basically, you can use the leash to correct unwanted behavior, and I've got many videos on that. A leash correction is a quick pop on the leash, which is a quick tightening and loosening of the leash, not with a lot of force at all, if you know how to get the timing right, if you know what you're looking for. So there's lots that goes along with that, but basically you can use the leash to correct unwanted behaviors, things that you don't like. jumping up on people, jumping up on surfaces, jumping up on the couch, jumping up on the bed. I just want to leave that with you guys, and that's 5 things that you can use a leash for with your dog. Hope that helps. Give it a like. Share this with somebody who's struggling maybe with their dog, because it's very, very basic advice, simple stuff, but can be extremely effective in resolving a lot of people's issues. Alright guys, talk to you soon. Thank you.